Hello, this is Adam Wilder. Let's continue from where we left off in the last episode. In the past 2 episodes, we applied the chips and scratches to the paint. Now it's time to add the rust tones. To perform this step, we are going to use the enamel-based Nitroline rust effects. Referring back to our T26, we can see the light amounts of rust over and around the chips in the paint. This gun displays another even better example of the light rust tones on the flaked paint. The colors that we will need are dark rust, orange rust, and some enamel thinner. We will also need a brush, along with a mixer for the paint. Maybe I will need something else as well. As with all enamel products, we should first mix up the settled paint, then shake the jar. Two pools with thinner will be very helpful for properly cleaning the brush. For now, we are going to apply the rust tones from the bottle, placing them over the large chips. Enamel paints will cause the bristles to become frayed over time. Now let's let the turret dry for a bit while we focus on the fuel tanks. Randomly apply different tones to get variations in the rust effects. After letting the rust effects on the turret dry for a few minutes, we can start blending them using the enamel thinner. Let's again go back to the fuel tanks. Wipe the brush and excess rust away onto a piece of paper, then continue blending. Remember to brush and blend the different rust colors to obtain authentic variations in your rust tones. You can see how the blended rust tones will subtly merge light green and brown chips, brushed on in the previous episodes. Your result will be lightly rusted looking chips and scratches, as shown on the actual examples seen at the beginning of this episode. use more thinner to further blend any unnatural looking edges in the rust tones. An airbrush can be used to blow air over the thinner to reduce its drying time. decided to mix gunpowder pigments with the rust washes to obtain different colored, more opaque rust tones. The pigments will also give more of a matte texture to the rust areas. Again, you can see how the blended washes help to unify all of the green and brown chips, resulting in an authentic looking weathered painted steel surface. On the larger areas, let the washes dry for a few minutes. This will give you a bit more control when blending them. This large chipped area is another good example, displaying how the three steps work together to give you nice, worn, rusty chipped effects. Remember to let the larger areas of rust dry for a few minutes, so you will have more control when blending them. Now that the rust tones are applied, let's look at a few examples showing the evolution of this traditional chipping process. Here we see our model with the blended oils and washes. To start the process, we added some light green scratches and chips. Next, we brushed on some darker brown ones. Here we can see how the rust tones help to blend all of the steps together, resulting in realistic looking rust effects. It is because of these different steps that I refer to the traditional method of applying chips as a process. This process uses different effects together to obtain one result. Blended rust washes also add more tones to the surface of a replica. By the way, you might have noticed a shaking picture, which has resulted in me firing half of the camera handling department from our filming office. Aside from some union issues, we are now okay. Please like this episode and subscribe to the channel to see more videos. You will find interesting links in the description. Thank you for watching. See you next time.